everyone. In this blog, I'm going to be maybe giving a guide on what you need to do to get your baby's birth certificate. The first step, let me just explain about getting the birth certificate. So when you're in hospital, fill in a birth notification, yeah, and you'll go home with this birth notification. So you'll be told to apply for a birth certificate 30 days after you've been issued with this birth notification. And I would just like to urge you to just do that. Just go ahead and do that. Go to eCitizen. After 30 days, go to eCitizen, the civil registration service. Fill in the details. If you want to, if you've changed your mind maybe on a name or something, that's when you can update that. And confirm every detail. Confirm the name, the spelling, the gender before you submit that form. So once you submit, they'll tell you to, especially if it was, I'm going to direct this to Nairobi Births. I'm not so sure about other counties, but I think for other counties you go to Huduma Center. So what they tell you is that they'll notify you once the birth certificate has been processed. However, I would urge you, if about 2 months, 3 months have lapsed and you've not yet gotten like a response, just go to Bishop House, which is opposite NSSF. Yeah, just go to Bishop House and confirm or push for them to finish the process for you. You've applied, you've gotten the birth certificate. When you are at Bishop House and you're being issued with a birth certificate, please make sure all the details on that birth certificate are correct. So actually for us, because we were in a hurry, we took the birth certificates and just rushed to continue the process, only for the hospital to notify us that our daughter's gender has been indicated as male instead of female, and now we're in the process of actually updating that. So you can confirm the gender. What else can you confirm? Confirm the date, confirm the spellings of the name before you go. Also, something else, with all government agencies, you should just be there by 9 if you want to have a successful mission. Now that you have your birth certificate, I would actually advocate if this can be done the same day, or at least the same week. Have it in mind to do these things the same week, probably before maternity leave ends, so that you just get through with that and it's at the back of your head in case you'll ever need it. Yeah. Once you have your birth certificate, you can head over to NHIF. It's not so far, it's like a 5-minute drive. Yeah, from Bishop House, 5 to 10 minutes depending on traffic. So once you go to NHIF, you will need your ID, your partner's ID, the originals and the copies. So if you have more than one child, it's a set for each child. So the first child, you'll need you'll need the ID, your copy of your ID, copy of your partner's ID. The second child, copy of your ID, copy of your partner's ID. Once you have that and the birth certificate or the birth notification and the copy, you just go. They'll explain to you which counter to go to. Unless you find a queue, the process takes less than 10 minutes. Sometimes if you're first on the queue, it takes even less than 5 minutes, and you have your dependents added. Now, if you want to confirm that dependents have been added, before you leave the building, send the word ID space, like the word ID space and your ID number to 1550 and confirm that your dependents show up. While you're doing this, if you've not added your spouse, we had not added each other to NHIF because we've not needed it until this point, you can go with your IDs, your marriage certificate, and a copy. So a set for your partner are set for you. Then you go and you just tell them, I would like to add a dependent, and you add the spouse. Also send that message, ID space your ID number, to 1550, and confirm that you've added your spouse details and your children's details. I think it's this incident that has made me like a big advocate for NHIF. And I hope as they are updating the whole fund and whatever this other fund that's coming up, I hope it makes it better and not worse, because my life has been changed by NHIF. We had the minor surgery, and NHIF covered the cost of the procedure and the stay at the hospital, which came to about 130k. So that's the limit they have for minor procedures, and they can even cover more if it's like a major procedure. I think they cover up to, probably it was 550 for like for 50k for a major surgery. And I think there's also a way they can cover more if you go and talk to them about I don't know, I heard something about if you pay like 2 years in advance, they can give you more money. But even that in itself, because now the hospital stay and everything was covered, and we only had to pay the doctor, which like amounted to the same. And you know, like, I can't believe it, and it was such a straightforward process. So maybe I can explain that as well. So now you have your birth certificate, you have added your dependents on NHIF. So how do you go about taking your making a claim? Yeah, that's what it's called, making a claim to NHIF. So first of all, you should have a trail of all the referrals you've had, because they have to prove that the case is necessary and genuine. So we had to carry every report that we'd gotten along the way. So the initial x-ray, the ultrasound, what else? And the report. So there's the x-ray and the report, the ultrasound and the report. We also did an MRI scan and the report, like that. So you need everything, and the doctor's note at every point, and the special, because we now saw a specialist, so the specialist's note. So you need that trail of documents, and submit all of this to your hospital of choice. So your hospital of choice has to be NHIF approved, and me, I would always recommend, I've been going to Nairobi West Hospital for delivery, so I've delivered both my kids at Nairobi West Hospital. And now with this procedure, I don't know, I feel like that's going to be our family hospital, especially for like serious things. I don't know how to, yeah, I like their customer service and everything. So they are NHIF approved, they accept NHIF for most things. You just need to go to their customer care admissions and explain your case. Yeah, and like, they try as much as possible to not make you incur extra costs. So for us, they made sure the costs fit within what NHIF had provided. So yeah, that's something you should check with your hospital of choice. You go with all these documents and they help you make the claim. Now, once they make a claim, you'll be given a pre-auth number. I think it's called an LOU, so something like pre-auth LOU IP, something like that. So you have this number, and if you're in a rush or it's an emergency, you can go, once you finish that process, go back to NHIF and do what? And go to the request whether you can go to the pre-auth office to track a request. And we were lucky to have it approved. So we were like in the hospital in the evening, and by the next day in the morning when we went, it took a couple of hours and the claim was approved. and we were admitted that day. So that's everything about everything. And okay, you can only use, like, for a procedure you can only use NHIF for one person. That's what I've learned. So I can only use my NHIF, and not my, we can't add like my partner's now NHIF to like make it more money for the procedure. So I think that's it, and you'll bill. I liked Nairobi West because they would notify you whether everything will be within, like, they give you a good estimate. Like, it really came accurately what they had estimated the cost would be, and the services were great. So I think also maybe I can recommend that as we wrap up this vlog. So how their ward is structured, it's like their general ward, it's really nice. So it's like a big room with 3 beds partitioned with curtains, and each bed like has a screen. To me, they felt like rooms. It was really, really amazing. Also, because I have a child, my toddler had to remain with the dad overnight, and they are able to put you like, if a child is remaining with the father, there is a room for fathers, and if a child is remaining with the mother, there is a room for mothers. And so those 3 people in that room share a bathroom, like a bathroom and a toilet and all that. Really great hospital. I love the nurses. I love the doctors at Nairobi West Hospital. If I ever have criticism, I'll also come and share. And yeah, also I think it's only the discharge for maternity that's like really slow. The discharge for my daughter was really fast. Like that morning we were not expecting her to be discharged, but it was so fast. Like the doctor came at 11, and I think by 3 p.m. we were discharged. And it's even us who delayed, because we were expecting it to be as slow as we are used to, but it was so quick. Like once maybe the doctor sees you in the morning, you can be done by lunchtime and go home. And yeah, I'm just grateful that everything went well, and that we were able to identify the root of the issue and solve it. So have I convinced you to be more keen with your NHIF? I hope I have. Something else that I've seen with NHIF is that, and I want to look into it, is NHIF can cover like some optical consultations, dental. NHIF can cover contraception, even permanent solutions. I've seen that online, and I want to go check for myself. So if you, I think, want, I'll come and share after I've confirmed. Like NHIF can cover tubal litigation and vasectomy and all that, and those are things we are interested in now. So yes, that's the power of NHIF. So I don't know, I'm going to look more into this government services. Yeah, I think having insurance like really cushions you until you don't have insurance. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog and you've learned something. And I hope if you're having the birth notification lying around in the house, my friend, go solve that, because you delaying, those are some of the loopholes they use to kula you money. You find that for little children or babies, the process is so fast. Problems start now when you want to take kids to school, or now when they are older. Like even if you notice a mistake on the birth certificate, fix it immediately. Like don't wait until when a baby is joining school is when you're scampering. Solve these things early, add this dependence early. Don't wait for a medical emergency to strike like us. So what I'm happy about is that my second born is now sorted. In case of anything, we are prepared. but don't wait for medical emergency in order to rush that process, because sometimes you may not be so lucky. Like they might tell you the birth certificate will take a week, and maybe you have an emergency that you need someone admitted like the next day, and there could be more reasons. It might be even a blessing like travel or something like that. So I hope I've convinced you, and thank you for watching this vlog. It's been wonderful. Bye.